everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of our Burning Wheel campaign. We're very excited to jump back into it. It's been a while. 2 weeks, it creeps by.
Yeah, it does, and then all of a sudden you're like, we play again tonight.
So exciting! I guess we'll do the standard thing. You guys just want to go through and talk about your characters, anything that you've changed. I don't think anybody's changed anything since last session. But we'll still go through all the bits just so we know what to play towards tonight. So John, if you want to start with Alphonse.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm John, I'm playing Alphonse, and I'm on the wrong side of my character sheet. Hard work and long nights got my character through training to be an engineer, and he thinks the same thing's going to work for magic, so he's just going to sometimes lock himself away in his workshop and just study. He really wants to get to know Venus, find out if there's another kind of ambitious person to climb the ladder with at this magic school. And his cousin Bertrand, who we visited in the last episode, is really nervous about how zealous Alphonse has become for the church, and then kind of how he's drawn away. So Alphonse's goal is to win back his cousin's trust and regain an old confidant, and also just someone who's on the city council. Alphonse takes notes almost constantly. Like, he has to get fresh pages for his journal almost weekly. Whenever he's working on a problem engineering, he has to have an upper, which is pretty much coffee or anything stronger if he can find it. And he despises order. Like, he gets upset, ranging from flustered to downright bitchy when things get chaotic. As far as traits go, he's smart, geometric, he's a rabble-rouser, and we'll see if that actually shows up at some point. But gifted, practical, passionate definitely shows up, forced smile, lavish taste, and thanks to the events of our first session, he's also evasive about what happened to the headmistress.
Okay.
Cool. He was done anyway, so it worked out. You cut out just a little bit at the end of that.
Oh,
We're all just nodding.
Oh my gosh. Okay. When did I cut out?
No, you got all.
I think you got it all and then cut out.
Yeah, it was good timing.
Perfect. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, that's my character, and that's my Wi-Fi connection.
Good deal. Logan, would you like to walk through Venus?
Oh boy, would I. Venus. Venus is a brilliant child of the head prostitute in town. He had a brief stint as a blackmailer as a child, and it got him brought into the brothel pretty much and adopted. So that's how he started out. His beliefs, so Mia is able to speak of the headmistress. She was not cursed pretty much with the evasive trait, and so Venus will use her to find an ally in his investigation about what happened to the headmistress. And then Alphonse seems to have an interest in me, and so I will determine if he is useful or not. To what end, Venus is not sure yet. And then Ezra has begun to doubt my fidelity, and I made it a lot better last session. And so I'm going to convince him that he is mistaken. Again. Instincts we have, when confronted with falsehoods, I double down and deflect.
It's really helped you out.
Yes, it has. I will never forget even the slightest of slights. So I'm racking up a list of people who I'm going to get back. And then I'll never turn down a cup of wine. Traits, he has quite the plate of them. Forced smile, passionate, lavish taste, gifted, catamite, dangerous, misunderstood, and evasive.
Cool. And last but not least, Sean with Mia.
Woo! Yeah, so my name's Sean. I'll be playing Mia. And she is not from the city, unlike our other two players. and their characters, but she has come to the city because she has received visions of a terrible catastrophe that is coming soon, and she needs help deciphering them, and her ultimate goal is to stop it. And she receives these visions because she was originally from the countryside and just a farming little village. She was eventually outcast for her strange ways and the strange things that were happening around her. So she became a crazy witch in the forest. So she's a little quirky. Uh, and Alphonse mentioned that he is obsessed with order, and Mia has kind of picked up on this and is very interested in teaching him that a little bit of chaos is necessary and good. And lastly, she has
John.
just accept it, just go along with it. She also has a sister, part of her large group of siblings, who actually lives in the city now, but they ended on bad terms, and how she hurt her sister before she was outcast from her family and her community. And then her instincts, she memorizes her dreams and visions at the expense of other memories, so she can be a little foggy on what's going on around her at certain times. Then, because of her own misfortune, due to the visions she received, she believes her fortunes are a curse, and she wants to inflict them on others. And lastly, due to her solitude, when she was in the forest, she sings to herself when things are a little too quiet, or to soothe herself in times of stress, or just in general, like maybe if she's eating a lot of food, or who knows, just doing whatever. It doesn't matter. Singing is close to her. As far as traits, the most important ones are hoarding. She kind of has sticky fingers, maybe bordering on a little kleptomaniac, a little thievery, but nah, I don't think. I think that's a rude way to look at it. She just wants
Just
your
culturally
stuff
insensitive.
for herself, and you shouldn't be so selfish. You should give her your things so she can have them instead. Specifically, though, she stores them in her giant and floofy and chaotic mane of hair that runs all the way down her back. So it's filled with all sorts of fun stuff. She is a little disturbed, and she hears and sees things that aren't actually there and will react to them. And then she's a little crazy as well for being in the forest all alone, and she can't stand the touch of dead wood and avoids it at all cost. She also is a little vitriolic, so you don't want to get her pissed off because she will go off on you. I think that's the most important stuff.
Cool. So, what even happened last session?
Aren't you supposed to keep track?
Yeah, I got it. No, last session you guys went and talked to the city guard. So I think Alphonse on the next day should have an appointment with them. See. Venus is currently with Delfino. Yeah?
Yes.
And then Mia is just going to bed in her outdoor abode. So
Home away from home.
And Alphonse is in his workshop, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is there to study and sleep.
Cool. Just get a mental picture of where you all are. So I think, just to kick the session off with something interesting, we start with Mia. And
She's always interesting, that's for sure.
So Mia, you get kicked out of Delfino's cottage, and I assume head back to your hammock tent area and the little stone area that you fenced off for yourself. So as you wander back there, it's very late. The moon is probably half full, so there's some light. But you're pretty used to it. You've been in a dark forest for a lot of your life, so it's pretty normal. So you make your way back to your hammock cot area, and Chester's there, like curled up next to the pillow. Um, is there anything you want to do before you go to bed?
Yeah, I think I mentioned in the last session that she kind of was memorizing the stars on the way back. So I think she does a bit more of that. Make sure to keep track of how that's working out, like what movement, if there's anything changing. Um, and then I also think she is devout, and um, I think she's gonna do a little prayer or like a little offering of something to the gods, or maybe to like, is it Hecate or Hecate?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
forget.
yeah.
The goddess of witchcraft.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I think she wants to do like like just a little, just like a night prayer, just for guidance. Um, and I think she just, oh, yeah, she's got like some of the herbs and everything
Uh-huh.
from that she stole from Delphino. So I think she takes that. Maybe she takes a little bit of food and builds like just a little. She's got like a little stone circle fireplace thing, maybe like a little slab. She puts some tinder. She just starts a little fire, a little something smoldering, and then she throws those on there and closes her eyes, kind of prostrates herself before the little altar she's made, and yeah, sends a prayer to the gods for
Cool.
help.
Can you make me just like a open-ended herbalism check?
Yeah, herbalism. It's not something I have.
Or you have? Yes,
I
you
have.
do.
Oh wait, I do. Never mind.
Yeah, that's right there.
My bad. I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking like medicine or something for some reason. Okay, so open-ended herbalism. No modifiers. No
Just out of
artha.
curiosity.
Ah,
What?
something.
So, the herbs that you stole from Delfino, you do recognize some of them as like somewhat medicinal, like they can be used in that matter. You're not exactly sure on like the use cases for a lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
but you recognize that they can be used in like poultices or antivenoms or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of them you don't really recognize. But that's not out of the ordinary because you're in a different kind of biome here than you
Right.
were
Right.
back at the forest.
I'm sure they get shipments of stuff from all over. So
Mia, as you lay in your bed, watching the stars and falling asleep, your eyes close and the stars kind of blink out of existence as you close your eyes and drift off into the dream world. Um, and you do not sleep so well. Um, you have a dream of, like, you wake up in like a cold stone room, um, and you look down at your arms and your hands, um, and they look older, and they're like bruised and cut, and like there's dried blood on them, um, and you just like ache all over, and you're so hungry, and you're
no, my worst nightmare.
yeah. Um, and you
Does
feel like
she?
needles like sticking out of somewhere that you can't reach because your arms are tied.
Okay. And I'm like in control of myself.
Somewhat.
Okay. What? And you said I'm in a stone room.
Yep.
Is there a doorway or anything?
There is a doorway like on the far opposite side from you. But you're like chained to the wall.
I'm literally chained to the
Yeah.
wall. Okay. I think she would be like. I think she would go. Hello. is anyone there? Like, and then if that doesn't work, I think she would start singing to herself, like we talked about, like as a soothing mechanism, kind of. And to see also if the noise attracts anyone.
So you call out, and you don't hear any response. So you start like humming and whistling to yourself, maybe singing a little song to like keep you. I assume that she has some kind of like comforting song that when something like she knows isn't real is happening, like she can stay grounded, or
Yeah,
something like that.
I think stuff like this has happened before. That like it's every time it's still scary and kind of new, but like to an extent she is used to it. Yeah, so she's developed coping mechanisms.
Yeah. So, you do notice, like, on your arms, there's, like, rune tattoos, like, up, the forearm. So as you're kind of singing to yourself and inspecting those and, like, trying to memorize them, the door does open and, like, a shadowy, hooded figure walks in the room and, like, glides over to you, like, soundless footfalls, and just looks you like straight in the eyes and gets really close, but you can't see their face. And they're like, the time will come soon, my love. You must go back to sleep. And they like slap you and you just wake up.
Oh, yeah. I think she like bolts up real quick, and ooh, I don't know. I think what is it? Is it still just like the dead of night?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think she's gonna like get up and kind of, I think, and pace the perimeter of kind of the space she's created, and then like use song as a way to like memorize the vision almost. So she like creates sort of a mnemonic device through the singing. So she like starts developing just a little song to make sure she remembers it. But then, like we said, also as like a way to soothe herself, and she kind of like rubs her hand, like she like looks at her arm. She has to reassure herself that she's back in her actual body. But I don't think she goes to anyone or anything yet. But she stores it away for sure.
I think her face does feel like a little bit sore, where like she got slapped.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think she goes back to sleep either.
Yeah.
So I think she's just done. Like that's it. That's pretty normal too. Like when she has the especially real visions, like she can't. It's not as easy as just going back to sleep.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So Mia paces until morning. I assume Venus and Alphonse, you just study and go back to bed.
Study late.
Late. And Venus is... What do you got?
Okay. So, probably like, Delfino and I, we do our thing. And then I think we go to bed. And then I think I wake him up, like, really late at night. Like, I haven't slept and he's been sleeping. And I just sort of, like, shake him awake. And just... Delfino, I cannot sleep. I just cannot get over that letter that Ezra presented to me. I need to do something about it. And I'm going to gauge his reaction.
Yeah, Delfino's like, what, my dear sir, are you going to do about that letter at this hour? Just go back to bed.
I can't. I need your help, though.
With what, exactly?
This is a Logan out-of-character question. Yeah? If I want him to help me cast a spell, is that a mechanical benefit?
Yes. I think you just get a help dice.
I get a help die?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to do magic, Delfino, and I need you to help me. I'm just going to tell it to him straight.
Yeah. What are you going to cast?
I need Ezra to be more trusting of me so I can get more information out of him. And it might need to last a while, so I need your help. I have not... you're so much better at magic than me, Delfino.
I mean, you don't have to tell me. I guess I could help you.
Perfect. Well, you prepare. I'm gonna use advantage on myself magically to then advantage myself casting a spell.
You can't advantage sorcery.
Yeah.
No. Awful then. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I'll do it anyway. All right.
Good attempt.
We'll do it without it.
What are
So
you doing?
I want to trait
And you have
trusting.
trait.
Yes. I want to give Ezra the trusting trait for maybe, let's see, I think if for an adventures in Ob 6, and so that sounds really hard. So
That might be
maybe
too
for this session? Probably for this session.
So it's Ob.
So
Is
it's
this
detrimental.
a curse? Is it detrimental?
Trusting?
Yeah. It's not like blind.
Oh, okay, well.
I don't know. What do you guys
Is it
think?
is it beneficial?
I don't think
It
it's a
depends on-
curse.
I don't think it's a curse either.
I mean, it's beneficial to Logan, but
It depends on if it would be detrimental to him. Yeah.
I don't think it's inherently detrimental
No,
to.
to trust me.
No, not. I don't mean inherently. I mean if what you're doing, if the intent of it is like, hey, trust me so that you give me your bag of money, that's detrimental.
Still not a curse, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
But
going to
not
argue for it to be harder.
We'll say it's beneficial. Even though I don't think it's beneficial, but I also don't. It could be way worse
Yeah, it's like
for
neutral.
the same cost. Yeah. So we'll do Ob 1
Sure.
plus 1.
1,
So that's 2.
and then
plus
I'm
single
casting it on-
target, so that's 3. Plus session, so that's 2 more. So that's Ob 5.
session. Oh, geez, session is for 2. Okay, well, great.
Good luck.
So
You want to spend your persona?
so sorcery's gonna give me 3.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and cast this carefully because I have the rest of the night to
Good.
do it. I'm gonna have help. Do I have to make a check to get help or?
No.
Okay. And then I'm going to spend a fate to get me a bonus die.
A persona?
Or I mean a
Fate.
persona.
Well, but since sorcery is already open-ended, doesn't fate give you an extra die?
Fate gives you an extra die, but you can choose after for fate.
Okay, well I'll start with. Wait, that's weird. Then why is a persona? Never mind. And then I'll name the spell,
Uh-huh.
and I will call it. Oh, I should have thought of a name. I need this die. I need a name.
5, 4, 3,
Let's call it
2,
Baby Duckling.
1.
He's just gonna be so trusting and follow me around.
I hate it.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it's good.
That's
I like
so
it.
bad.
You get it.
Perfect. So that puts me at 6, right?
You get 3 from sorcery.
Yeah, I
Carefully.
guess I'll click it and then it'll
Help.
tell me.
And then naming it. So 6, yeah.
Perfect. So sorcery and then modifiers. So I have help name carefully, so 3. And then 1 Artha. Oh god. Base ob was what? 5?
Base
This
ob
is
was
gonna be
5,
awful.
yeah.
No!
Oh! Oh, that was really bad.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Do you
you
want to
went through
spend a
so much
fate
effort
to
too.
roll another die? Because it could explode.
Wait, can I? What's the to reroll ones?
You can't.
How many fate are you allowed to do per roll?
I think you can do more than one. Because he
Great.
spent a
Oh,
persona for an extra die. And I
yeah.
think he could do a fate now.
That
Oh,
was
he
so
used the
bad.
persona?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, I'll spend a fate to roll a die.
Good luck.
My god.
Oh, it's
Oh!
3! Which is better than 2.
Still a failure. But you get a difficult test. So, hey.
There's nothing else I can do. This is
Nope.
dumb.
The dice gods were not with you.
That was so stupid.
This feels like last time for me, so.
Well, great. What happened, Abby?
I think the spell goes through, and you think it worked.
Oh, great.
Oh,
That
I'm
wasn't even
ready.
a challenging test. Oh my god.
No, because you got so much help.
Yeah.
Wait, so if I already have 2 difficult and I mark another, what does that even matter?
No.
It's nothing.
Great.
You already have 2 difficult sorcery tests?
How do I can't cancel this challenge. Just well,
Oh, there. If you
I'll
go
just-
farther to the left, there's like a...
oh, that's hidden. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Well, that could have gone way better. So, I guess I'll just not get any sleep tonight, and I think it works.
Yeah. So you finish, and Delfino's like, well, glad I could help. I'm going back to bed.
I love him.
Yeah, he's great. So he goes back to bed. I think he's like, oh, my first class is at 10:30, so it'll be fine. Whatever. He's also a senior, so he probably doesn't care.
Does not care.
Okay, well that's it. That's all I wanted to do, and it didn't work.
So fairly sleepless nights for everyone.
Yeah, I think Alphonse did the best.
Yeah.
I have the most return on investment, I hope. That's what he thinks, at least. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, so you all, in your own ways, wake up throughout various portions of the night. And the sunrise comes, and for Mia, I would imagine it's very comforting to see light once again after a long, restless night. Probably same for Venus. And Alphonse, I'm sure you wake up like super early too. So.
Super early and grab my coffee and do my morning devotional.
Yep. So, does anybody have something they would like to do, some scene that they are hoping to delve into?
Actually, yeah,
I know.
this just came to me maybe after that terrible dream vision, and after she tried to make an offering to, I'm going to say Hecate.
Hecate?
Is how I'm going to pronounce it from now on. Make a decision. I think she might try and find early in the morning. I guess it was never explained when classes were for her, so I don't know how that's going to work. But I guess she'll try and be kind of quick. But I also mentioned that she would want to meet with some of the priesthood potentially.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so I'm thinking maybe she would try and see if there was a temple or shrine or a priestess of Hecate she could talk to.
Sure. This sounds like a circles, if I've ever heard
Circles? Yeah, this one might not work out so well.
Circles 380. All right. Do you have a
Do not
life
have any
path?
religious. Nope.
What do you have?
I only have outcast peasant.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
we'll do uncommon occupation or within the same setting. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll do ob 3.
Up 3.
Mm-hmm.
With my circle of 2.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just go for it. We'll see what happens. I'm banking on a 6. All right, let's see if I can get this mojo going. All right, modifiers, none. Artha, I might spend a fate afterwards, but I don't think this is worth a persona. Base obstacle 3. Oof. No. Okay. Failure.
So, I think as Mia heads down to the city square and starts looking for like the Temple of Hecate or something like that, um, you, like across the square, see your sister Lissa like setting up her booth for the day.
Oh. Okay.
So you're kind of like hurriedly looking for a priest before classes might start. You're not really exactly sure when. So you're kind of like bustling through the city square looking for something. And I think you just like bump into some guy, like some random citizen in the streets.
Uh-huh.
And he kind of like bumps you over, and Lissa like rushes over like to help you, like she doesn't know who you are.
Oh.
And then she helps you, like she reaches to help you up, and she's like, Mia?
I'm like, Lissa,
And she kind of
hello.
like backs up and like in fear almost like backs away from you.
Yeah, definitely. Fear, probably anger.
Yeah.
And I think Mia is like looks just around real quick, and she's like puts her hands out and it's like, wait, I know this is weird, but I need to talk to you.
Lissa's like,
Please.
children, come over here, and she like kind of like puts them behind her, and like
And I
puts
think
her
Mia's
hands out. She's like, I
startled,
don't
like,
need you to talk to me. I don't need that.
I think Mia just barrels through. She's like, no, you have to listen. Something terrible is happening in this city. You need to leave if you want to be safe.
Okay, out of character question. What was it that Mia told Lissa before that came true?
So this is what I'm just trying to nail down. I think it was actually kind of more jealousy. Like, I think they used to be pretty close. Like, Lissa's an older sister, not the oldest, because
Mhm.
I like to imagine that the oldest must have had prospects of some kind. And so all the middle children are kind of like left in a limbo, of course. And so as middle daughters, Lissa and Mia were pretty close. And then like Lissa was planning to create her own like business or fortune as a weaver,
Mhm.
weaving, but that also meant she had to leave. And Mia did not want her to leave, and she saw this was when Mia saw that Lissa was leaving, and so Mia like corners her somewhere in. I was thinking like corners her in a barnyard in a barn, kind of like they have a heated argument. Like Lissa's like, no, you, or Lissa's like, I have to go, and Mia's like, no, you can't leave me. And Mia actually gets violent, like pushes her down, startles an animal, and it breaks one of her hands. and so she can't weave anymore.
Oh
And
my
so
god.
Lissa has, and that was like the spark that caused Mia to be outcast. Like the you ruined. I mean, you broke her hand, which
Yeah.
is pretty incredibly severe in this peasant village where she was planning on being a weaver. So that's what I was thinking.
Okay. So yeah, she kind of like she has her like kids behind her, and she has her hands out to you, and you can see like her hand is still messed up, right? Because medicine.
Yeah, like it's
yeah.
healed, but not anywhere near as useful as it
Maybe
would
it
have
has
been.
like a big scar down it or something.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think you probably need to make a roll for her to even like hear you out.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be really hard because since it's a hateful relationship, I think you get a penalty.
Why?
I don't
Well,
know.
that's not fair. What
Look.
do you want it to be to start? Because I probably
Soothing
don't have it.
platitudes.
Yeah, soothing. Well,
Or persuasion.
yeah, I don't think she's really being soothing,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So
She's
maybe
like, everybody's gonna
persuasion.
die. You need to
Just
listen.
grab her hand and like rub her scar.
Oh God, no. That's terrible. So I think persuasion makes more sense. Like, yeah. She's just trying to be as open and honest as possible. I will not succeed on this at all because I don't have persuasion, so it's going to be double obstacle.
Let's make it. What are the traits that I gave to the farmland people?
Devout, earthen, and folksy wisdom.
Okay. Let's make it ob 3.
All right.
I think that's generous.
Very.
I think it's pretty generous, but it's still an ob 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
At the end
jeez.
of the day. Okay. So yeah. Okay. We're gonna persuade with that sweet willpower. No modifiers. Do I want to spend? Well, I guess I can wait to spend a fate or a percent. Okay, base obstacle 3. Submit additional complications. No. Oh, 2. That's better than I thought. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to salvage that.
Yeah,
This was not how Mia wanted to meet her.
I know, I'm sorry. So I think unless there's something else you want to do to change the situation, Lissa's just gonna like gather up her kids and like go find her husband. Like I think he was probably like gathering some supplies from their house or something, and she just like doesn't want to work for the day, and she just like goes home.
Right, yeah. I think Mia just kind of stands there for a little bit, like shaking her head and like mumbling to herself about like, no, this isn't, no, I can't do that. Like she's hearing things and hearing voices and stuff, and is just kind of curled into herself for a little bit until like another person bumps into her because she's just standing there, and then she kind of snaps out of it and dejectedly heads back up to the school.
There's like a big butcher guy kind of thing, wearing like a leather apron, and he bumps into you, and he's like, "Get out of here, girl! Go back to the woods where you belong." And
she doesn't even respond,
yeah.
Or she like looks at him, kind of jumps away a little bit.
Then you head back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alphonse or Venus, do you guys have stuff you want to do?
outside of class, I think I just have meeting with whoever from the city guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all on my agenda.
Okay. Cool. Venus, do you got anything for the morning? You're muted.
I don't
told
have
him it
anything
would
in the
happen.
morning,
Nothing in
so
the
he can
morning?
have his meeting, and then I'll think about what I want to do in the early afternoon.
Okay, cool. So you all...
Actually,
Yeah.
I have a question,
Sure.
and it's kind of world building, but it's how am I doing in classes?
You're the top.
Well,
You're
yeah,
probably the most devoted.
sure, he's a top, but I want to know how he's doing in classes.
You funny.
I'd like to think
You
he's
really
like
think he's the top?
85th percentile.
I think he's probably versed, but also either pansexual or asexual. So
Okay, now he's 75th.
okay, rude. Discrimination.
I'm verse forward.
Okay, I know we can have the meeting.
Oh, this is terrible. Okay, on with it.
I will... Mia, can you give me a perception roll?
Why?
Yes. I can try.
Insulted.
Do I have a... is it open or is it...
Yeah, just open.
Okay. No modifiers, no off... Whatever.
Spend a persona. It's clearly
Hit
important.
submit.
Hey!
Nice.
What?
Wow.
That was so good.
There's my good roll. Could have used that for any of the other ones. Not the open-ended persuasion.
So, as you're attending classes for the day, you go to probably like a herbalism potions class and maybe like an illusion class, and there's a decent mix of the different arcane traditions, and it's a lot of book learning, but then some like
Yeah.
practical
Quick
stuff.
question. Mia can't read or write at all.
Wow.
And she's not gonna touch a pencil, so
Or a quill. Oh my god, that'd be awful.
That would be terrible.
yeah, that might not be good either.
The quills could be from feathers that have naturally fallen off of birds.
I'm sure that's how all of them were made.
Is paper natural?
Yours specifically.
True. Okay, well, we can't extend this to everything, or else Mia's not going to be able to function at all,
As opposed to what she's currently doing?
which is barely functioning, and I'll take it.
So, I mean, Mia has a good memory.
About specific things, yeah.
About
so
specific
I think,
things. So I
Yeah.
think in some areas it's fast learning, and in some areas she has to get a lot of help from people. But I think at some point during the morning, like, Mia meets August, and August is willing to be patient and like help her with her, like, with the transition, basically.
okay.
So we'll just say he, like, what if there's words you can't read or like stuff you don't want to write, like, he helps you get through that. But as you're going through all these classes and stuff and not able to read these books, you're kind of like get bored and look up and kind of observe the teachers, and you notice that each of the teachers has like the runes here. Just like some have more and some have less depending on their tenure.
Okay. And I'm assuming it matches the runes that I saw in the dream? Or, like...
Similar, yeah.
Similar? Yeah. Okay. I think she'll ask August, right? August?
Yeah, August.
Was it August? I was going to say Augustus for some reason. So I think she's like, thank you, August, for all your help so far. I'm sure you love, babysitting me, but the teachers, I just noticed they have these strange symbols on their arms. Does everyone in the school have them, or what do they mean?
The professors do. And he kind of explains that like each of the professors when they're initiated like into the academy, um, they get like different, somewhat like protection slash like not like tracking, but it's a way to. It's like it's a status symbol that has some functionality, but fairly minor functionality.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just like some minor enchantment. And as they progress higher up in the ranks, they get more of these. And it's like it's just a recognition thing. Specifically, I
Right.
think in this magic school.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's almost like a way to show rank.
Yep.
Or like regalia almost, or something.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. And so I would assume the highest member of the school would have the most, or a specific kind? Is there, I guess, what's the logic to the runes? I guess she wants to figure out whose body she was inhabiting,
Yeah.
if at all possible, or if he knows even.
Does she like sketch what she saw for him or anything like that?
She can try.
She could try.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think she's memorized the dream. So yeah, I think she could.
Yeah, I think she could too. So
As long as she's using a non-wooden.
Yeah, I think
she brought her own little charcoal stick.
Yeah, she's good.
She's good. She's Gucci.
So you draw out the runes for August, and he's like, as you're drawing these, he's telling you like, "Oh, it's no problem. I'm happy to help." Like,
yeah, you better be.
Yeah, he says like he foresaw your coming and is happy to help you in your greater destiny, or something like obscure like that.
And Mia like looks at him and is like, "Wow, we're really laying on the mystic bit today, aren't we?" That's good. I'll write that one down.
And as you finish like the runes and like writing them down, he kind of starts a little bit, and he says, he's like, "Oh, those. Where did you see these? These are the runes of the headmistress, Sophia."
That's what I was afraid of. You know, I mean, didn't Stella inform you about my situation? You just said you foresaw me coming.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't tell me. She doesn't have to tell me. I already knew.
She doesn't have to tell you. I like you. Stick it to the man. You know that we can see beyond what others see.
Of course.
And this just came to me recently in a dream.
What kind of dream? What did you see?
Well, we know something's happened, and the headmistress is no longer here. And I, in the dream, was inhabiting a body which I believe was the headmistress. My arms had these runes, and my body was aged, definitely not my own, and I was trapped somewhere in a room. She's not going to mention the hooded figure.
Okay.
I don't think. But so I believe the headmistress is still alive somewhere, but where, I have no idea.
And I think he starts like flipping through some books that he has in his satchel, like trying to find some information about like prophetic dreams or something. And he like flips to a page, and he's like, "Well, I could. Would you share this vision with me? And he like reaches out his hand to you.
She's like, what? How you can share visions? What?
It's okay if you don't want to. I just thought that that might help.
Yeah, okay. I think she's gonna take a leap of faith. I think she's
Yeah?
gonna trust August.
Nice.
And yeah, she's gonna share.
Cool.
the
So
vision.
yeah, you touch his hand, and like everything goes dark again, and both of you like relive this whole thing.
Hmm.
Do you want to cut it off before the hooded figure, or do you want to just let it run?
I think she's gonna let it run.
Okay.
She's gonna go through the whole thing.
Yep. So you both get jumped out of that by the slap again. He's like, "Oh my goodness, this is worse."
And then
yeah.
she puts her hand on his mouth and is like, "You cannot." And she looks at him like dead serious. Like she maybe even like grips him a little bit. Like, "I'm trusting you, August." Yeah, like right, like
Yeah.
I'm trusting you, August. You cannot tell anyone what you just saw. We don't know what's going on. And then releases him and like smiles.
Not terrifying at all.
I'll roll intimidation. No.
You don't have intimidation, Sean.
I'll open it.
He was about to exclaim, and he kind of like calms down. He's like, "Have you told Stella or any of the other professors? They should know about this."
She says, yeah, she's like, "No, I haven't told anyone yet. It just happened last night, and I haven't had a lot of time. And I'm not sure how much I trust them after they attempted to cast, well, they succeeded in casting a spell on the entire student body. We don't know who's behind any of this, August. It could be anyone.
It could be me, but it's not me.
It could be, and if it is, I will be so mad."
It could be you,
I would also
Mia,
be really impressed.
but it's not you, Mia.
I was like, I would be impressed in myself.
Do you have any other information?
All I know is that more people will continue to disappear. But other than that, no, very little to go on.
He kind of thinks and nods. And as like the next bell rings for the next session, he says, like, "Well, I'll look into this and see what I can't find out. Keep me updated, please."
I will. Also, you need to teach me that trick. How did we just share that vision?
I'll teach you that when you're ready.
She kind of puts her hands on her hips like, all right.
And he just walks away. Yeah, so unless there's anything else before the meeting with the guard, we'll jump to that.
Can I bump into Alphonse on his way to the meeting?
I was going to say, in class, I have definitely migrated so that we're sitting together almost every class.
Oh, great.
I was thinking Venus needs to run into poor what's-his-face.
Ezra? Yeah.
Ezra?
Ezra.
No kidding.
I'm sure you have a class together.
Probably.
Yeah. While you think about that, Venus, what kind of student does Alphonse take you for after observing you for a day?
Venus never seems to pay attention to the teacher.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
Like, he's constantly, like, looking at other students. Like, sometimes they look back and it's almost like they have, like, a whole conversation without even saying anything. Just not paying attention at all for the entire class. But yet, every once in a while, he'll like answer a question just completely correct out of nowhere.
Okay, sure. Checks out. This character is you. Uh, although the correct part.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Good to know. Yeah, as long as I actually do notice all of that.
Sure, go for it.
I mean, because I am paying attention. Whatever the teacher says is gold, and I am writing this down. Furiously scribbling.
So John is playing himself as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, not true.
We've been over this.
Okay, I think after class, Venus will like purposefully bump into you,
Mhm.
but then like sort of just like almost apologize and like start to walk off, but like linger for just a little bit.
Okay, so are you being, oh, what's the word or the trait that I'm looking for?
Conspicuous.
I'm being very
Are you
conspicuous.
being conspicuous?
I'm being very conspicuous.
Do I notice? Okay. Yeah, sure. Alphonse will definitely say like, "Oh, hey, Venus. Are you busy this afternoon?"
Oh, Alphonse, I didn't see you there. No, I think my whole afternoon is free. Why? Why do you ask?
Well, Mia and I set up a meeting with the guard yesterday through an old friend of mine, and was just curious if you wanted to join along. I can't. I think Mia ran off to her home before I could catch her.
She has a way of just appearing, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Disappearing, appearing. I don't even know what cabin she's in.
She's in the courtyard.
Sure. Okay. I mean, we could stop by there, see if she wanted to join us. If you wanted to join me.
Ah, I'd love to join you, Alphonse. It's just sort of like a little, like, a hand on the shoulder for a brief second.
I hate everything about this.
Alphonse doesn't like it either, but he is just smiling and going with it. Yeah, so let's walk off to the courtyard and see if that's where Mia went.
Yeah, you guys head off to the courtyard. Venus, you notice Mia's like little stone fence that she's made for herself. And there's also like heavy tread marks on the inside of it.
Oh, God.
Trampled grass.
Yeah. Is Mia there?
This is after classes
Yep.
and everything. Yeah, I think she is there. I think she would go back.
Cool. Yeah. Mia, do you remember us meeting with my guard friend yesterday? The one with all the food?
Yeah, she's like, and then you mentioned food, and she's like, yes.
Well, one, you can eat here, but two, I have I think a meeting with him, or he's helping me set up a meeting, and I didn't know if you still wanted to follow that through.
Well, I am always happy to visit people who have food. So, I would
All
love
right.
to meet him again. And maybe this time I'll remember his name. But I think you should do all the talking.
Okay, sure, yeah. Yeah, let's set off. Also, out of character, John doesn't remember his friend's name either.
It's Isaac.
Isaac.
Isaac. Oh my god. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think we should make out to the town, or make off to the town.
You piqued Venus's interest.
Not a Freudian
Mia
slip.
has stepped far, far away.
So Isaac,
Okay, yeah, let's just start one.
mechanically,
'Cause I
he's
think-
in your circles, right? But not.
Yeah.
Those are down.
Look at this.
He's not a relationship, but he's...
Right. So you still have
An
to
affiliation.
do circles to go find him.
Okay.
Can we
that
help?
is
Can I help with
Yeah,
circles?
you can help.
Cool.
I
Let
might
me
wanna
Especially
help
roll.
just
since
so
you've
we
met
don't-
him before, so that helps.
Can
Yeah.
I cast advantage on
No.
John?
Oh my
Or on
goodness.
Alphonse?
Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm getting so much help. Okay, why can I not find where I would roll for circles?
It's under attributes.
What's the ob of advantage?
Oh,
gonna be?
here we go.
One person, one ability, one check. I think that's, let's see, 1 and
1 plus whatever.
1 plus 2, so
Okay.
3.
Okay, so wait, modifiers is not the 3 you were saying. 3 was odd, is that right?
3 is
For
what
Logan.
Logan's ob is for advantage, and then if he succeeds.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to name it.
Wow.
We'll see how this
Oof.
goes.
Not good.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, another difficult. I don't need any more.
Well, you better start angling. You should have asked for help.
You should have
I
asked
thought
for
this
help.
would have been easy.
Or you should have named it, and that would have made it easier.
That's
yeah, you
true.
should have named it
Yeah.
and asked for help and done it carefully.
Oh my
I
god,
don't have that kind
carefully.
of time.
I have that kind of time. No, I don't. I need to be studying.
Aren't you late for this meeting?
It's whenever. Okay, so rolling. I don't get any modifiers from help.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but
Not.
if you want it.
That's okay.
Or
That's
I
okay.
guess you
What was
get-
my ob?
Mia's help.
Yeah, you get Mia's help, and I would say you get an advantage die because you set up this meeting.
Okay, so modifiers would be 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the obstacle?
Ob 1.
Oh my goodness. If I can't make this, I will be
It would be so funny.
Crushed it.
All right.
Crushed it. Thank God. The
Logan.
stats were in my favor.
For your failed spell,
Oh, God.
let's
I
do
forgot there's consequences for
a
everything.
tax test.
Uh-huh.
So
Ooh.
make a fort test with ob 3.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
Oh, Fort Ob 3?
Yeah.
This should be easy.
What's your fort?
What the heck are those 6s?
Oh my goodness!
That was lucky.
Super lucky. Okay, so your fort is not reduced, which is good.
Oh, that's really good, yeah.
But that spell did take some out of you.
Yeah. And I didn't have a very restful night, so.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
rough.
that's true.
So
Okay. So I think with that, like, we would be walking along, but he is definitely slowing the pack.
Yeah.
and Mia
Cool.
kind of seems out of it too.
Oh, I just advanced circles, by the way.
Hey, nice!
Woo!
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'll lead the way, but do I notice that they're kind of out of it?
Yeah.
Cool.
They both
then,
just seem like they're just like in fog.
Yeah, I think
okay.
like earlier, Mia's like mumbling to herself about stuff and just seems kind of spooked by being back in the city.
Yeah. Are you two okay? Because normally I'm the quiet one.
She doesn't respond immediately and just keeps like muttering to herself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think Venus goes, well, I've just had a really rough day, Alphonse.
Yeah. Yeah, class was rough, I guess. Have you been reading? Like what they've been telling us to?
Have we had reading assignments?
This whole semester. Actually, all 3 years.
All 3 years.
Oh my Guess I've missed them all, but
Well, it's impressive you've made it this far. But okay, if everyone's fine, I guess I'll just keep walking. I just keep walking.
Yeah,
He
I know.
is obtuse.
Geometric. No, you guys.
Geometric.
Are you an angle? I mean,
You head down to like the guard station that Isaac told you he would meet you at. And he is there because you made your circles test, so that's awesome. Do we want to take a break here and then we can come back and do that meeting? Does that sound good to you guys?
I'm fine with that.
Cool.
sure.
So break here. We will be back in 10 and we'll have an exciting conversation with the guard when we get back. See you then. We're back and excited to talk to these guards. So
Man, I'm so excited to talk to some guardsmen.
that I don't know.
this is what
Venus
Alphon's
is-
been looking forward to all day.
Pretty much. That's not true. He's been very focused on his coursework.
hmm
As
Venus is
always.
probably excited to talk to the guards because it's possible clients.
Venus is not a prostitute.
Anymore.
Important distinction.
I don't. He
I
was never a
blackmail.
prostitute.
Yeah, I blackmail people who use prostitutes.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
And now he's just promiscuous
Yeah,
and a cheater.
Right. Well, yeah, he is a cheater. Unless they agree to polyamory, which is fine.
I mean,
Th-
Delfino
that's-
has, so.
yeah.
Yeah,
Delphino
Delphino
important
has,
one.
but Ezra hasn't.
Well, fuck
Oh,
Ezra.
boy.
Well, you're already doing that.
I meant-
Oh,
Not
Sure,
last
that's right.
night.
Walked
Anyway,
right
we're
into
talking to
that.
guards.
Let's just cut Venus down for the rest of the session.
It's always my goal. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'd love to talk to the guards.
Yeah.
Isaac specifically.
So Isaac is there waiting for you, like outside of whatever guard tower. He's like standing outside the door, and as you guys walk up, he kind of waves. He's like, "Oh, Alphonse, who's your new friend?"
Oh, Alphonse, you remember Mia? Hard
Yeah.
to forget. And
Can't
this is
forget Mia.
unforgettable.
He's another student at the school.
How attractive is Isaac?
Hold on.
Actually, do I decide that or does Abby decide that?
How do I roll a dice? Is it /R?
Yes.
I hope that was a D10.
He's medium attractiveness, like.
Medium, that's good enough.
Oh,
Hello, I'm Venus, and your name is...
I'm Isaac.
Nice to meet you, Isaac. And I'll, like, shake his hand for a second too long.
He kind of like he just goes with it, I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna
John
shake
Walker.
his left hand, and while I'm shaking it, I'm gonna, like, glance at his ring finger.
It has a ring on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely. I want to say I would notice that and say something about, oh, Isaac, how's your child since we talked yesterday?
Oh, he's just doing swell, and he's learned to say dog the other day, so that was exciting. And he just kind of rambles on and on and on and on and on.
It's very nice. Yes, that's so cute. He is listening very intently.
Okay.
That's my forced smile.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah.
So he just keeps talking about his kid and his wife and like Penelope's doing so well and da 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 da. And you're just like, yeah, okay, so yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, wonderful. All of this was told to me yesterday.
It's all the same stuff.
I want there to be a couple of instances where he says, and guess what something, 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 and then I guess.
Like, how did you
guess it.
know?
But then, like, at some point, I'll be like, but Isaac, what we came here for was what we came here to talk to you about yesterday, just the happenings at the school and around the town.
Right. Yeah, come with me. And he opens the door and like leads you into the guard tower and takes you up the spiral staircase. He's like, I set you up with John. John's gonna take care of you.
Awesome. What is John's rank
John
or
is
title?
a sergeant.
He's like,
On the
what's
fly.
a military rank?
He's a colonel, colonel major, admiral.
We only have rowboats, but he's an admiral.
He has so many rowboats.
He's
Not
ad-
believe.
of all the rowboats. Gosh.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sergeant John.
Sergeant. Okay. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I guess I'm trying to get as much information out of Isaac before we actually get up to meet John. So I'm gonna try to ask him things about like what has John's experience been like? Why is he the one who's interested in this, or like how does Isaac know John?
Gotcha. Isaac's gonna be like, oh yeah, John. John's a really great guy. You know, I have known John all the way back since like 3 years ago.
Like 3 years.
And John, you know, he really he takes care of his people. So I knew John was the one to go to. And I think he's really going to take interest in this. He's also, I mean, yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy.
Can I?
He's the guy. Can I insight check that, or was that just Abby stumbling?
No, you can insight check.
Is insight even what I want to do?
No, I think, would it be just perception, or is there a more specific one?
I defer to the experts here. Let me look at human skills. I can't find in like there's no insight or anything, so
We'll just call it perception then.
It depends. Yeah, I think it's perception because observation has to be something that's specifically hidden
Yeah, it's like a verse.
or trying to hide.
So do perception ob 2.
cool. Let's see
Whoever
if I
wants to
can-
do it.
I would love to if I can find it. Do I not have perception?
No, it's a base stat,
It's
so
up
it's at
top.
the top.
It's oh my gosh! Wow. Okay.
And you
For
can
once, I
have
was like,
you can have an
"Oh."
advantage die, I think.
It's like he's
because you
never
know
played this
Isaac.
game before.
Yay! Yay for advantage. Thank you. Mod. You said
Ob 2.
Oh,
Whoa.
Wow.
I see everything. And routine checks don't matter for perception. That's so sad.
Yeah.
Isaac truly I think he really thinks that John should care about this because it's very concerning. And also, you discern that John may have been the only person that really even listened to Isaac to begin with.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the work you put into it, Isaac. I know it might not have been easy to get people to care about it.
You know, I really did my best, and I really hope that John can help you.
I know you did your best. That it'll have been enough, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess I'll go in and meet John with these 2 people in tow, these 3 people in tow.
Yeah,
When
do you
I
want
see-
Isaac to come with you? Because I think his instinct is to, like, take you up and then leave. But if you want to take it, like, he'll come with you if you want.
I'm fine with it if it's like he wants to like get us introduced and then step out.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I think
that's
that's
what
okay.
he would do, yeah.
Okay.
Mia like whispers to Venus like, I thought we were gonna get food.
It's like, Mia, you don't want that trash that was down there. There's much better food around.
She's like can't comprehend, like, because she just ate so much of it yesterday.
Does not compute.
She's like, better food, but it was food. She just looks at you and shrugs.
When I see Jacob, can I...
Jacob?
Who's Jacob?
John.
John. When I see John, can I see... Like, I don't know if this would be a circles. I don't know what it would be. I want to know if I could possibly know that he, like, goes to a brothel
Ooh.
regularly and who he sees.
Let's see, what skills do you have?
I have an affiliation with the prostitutes. I don't know what that does mechanically.
That's 4 circles.
That's for finding more
A
prostitutes.
prostitute.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Are you prostitute
Let's
wise?
do, go back to here.
Oh, I forget that I move when...
Let's do an intrigue-wise test. Right? Because
Oh,
you
boy.
want him to be affiliated, so you have, like, a play.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So let's do a wise, and, like, the intent is, in the world, this guy will attend brothels. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Perfect.
And if you fail, he just doesn't, I think. Or
Okay.
we'll see.
Or- He could know that you are affiliated
Ooh,
and not
yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
I like that. Let's do that.
What's my ob?
We'll make it 1, because I think, like, since the prostitute guild or whatever is on the council, I think it's a pretty. It's not necessarily accepted, but I think it's pretty like normal.
Yeah. So ob 1.
Yep.
Oh boy. Woo!
Oh, I love it.
Oh my god. Okay, great.
Shouldn't that have been
Happy
obstacle
dying.
2? Did you put?
Either way.
Oh, you already have intrigue wise.
Yeah,
Oh my bad.
he has intrigue wise.
Oh,
Well, anyway.
All right, so Isaac opens the door and like walks you in, and Isaac's like, "John, this is Alphonse. This is the guy I was talking about. He brought a couple of his friends. He's gonna tell you all about stuff. I gotta go make lunch. Peace out," and he leaves.
Thank you, Ice.
Mia like snags him real quick and is like, "Can you make me some food?"
He's like,
Did that
"Girl,
come through? I don't know.
I got you."
Isaac is so chill.
Yeah.
Isaac, I love you more than anything in this world.
He flashes his ring. He's like, "I'm taken, but I appreciate the sentiment."
Beautiful.
So John's just sitting there. He's kind of like lounging back in his chair, and kind of like surveys you guys as you get introduced. His eye lingers on Venus, and he kind of like raises an eyebrow.
Hello, John. Nice to meet you. Wait, out of character or in character, whatever. I wouldn't salute because I'm not a part of the thing. Would he need? Never mind.
No.
Never mind.
I
Okay.
think the city guard is pretty casual. The army
Okay.
would definitely be like very uptight and like everybody
Mhm.
salutes everybody, and it's disrespectful if you don't, and like whatever. But I think the city guard's pretty laid back in terms of like etiquette.
Okay. Cool. John, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
No problem. I hear you have some interesting news.
Interesting is a way to put it. So you've probably heard of some of the disappearances around town, right?
Yes?
Okay, and I'm gonna walk him through the different ones,
Uh-huh.
um, and then say it's expanded, and we've lost someone from the school as well, and
Who did
they
you
haven't.
lose?
I couldn't rightly say. Anyway, it's. I don't think there's any formal action being taken by the teachers, but it's something that I was hoping that we could start looking into. Um, Obviously, it's pretty concerning if it's something that happens both in the town and the school.
And do you fear these are of magical means that these people are disappearing?
I don't rightly know. I mean, there's been no trace, there's been no common denominator amongst age or gender or religion or anything. Or apparently, non magic versus magic user. I don't know. Do the other two have any thoughts on that?
I think Mia's just like staring at him, like not blinking, not dropping
Okay.
eye contact, just like trying to bore into him, basically. Because she's very not trusting,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and this guy hasn't done anything to earn trust, other than be from kind of Isaac's recommendation, who she loves. But but other than that, yeah, I think she's given the silent, creepy look
Yeah.
to him.
And I think Venus is just like looking at the floor, like purposefully not making eye contact or trying to be seen inconspicuously.
Yes.
You want to roll for it?
I just love rolling.
Do you want? Let's roll for it.
Ugh.
What's your intent?
I saw him raise an eyebrow at me, and I don't want him to look at me too long. Otherwise, I'm scared he might recognize me, and I'm trying to like keep all the attention on Alphonse.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what he knows about me, but I think that he might know something about me.
Yeah. So
Uh,
it's versus.
I think I failed. So I failed that one test. I think the ob is going to be higher than it normally would be.
Well, if you hadn't failed that test, then he would not have had anything to suspect you of.
Oh yeah.
So,
I guess that was a wise test. Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, it's just three of us in a room, so it's still going to be pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, he
Is
can
it,
move out of his field of
And
view.
there's always just being like, no, you're the expert. No, you're. I don't know.
I would never call Alphonse the expert.
Well, you can try.
it's versus observation.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Do we think a sergeant of the city guard is observant?
Yeah.
No.
Relatively.
No, that's why he's not on guard duty.
That's why he's sitting in a tower by himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a little creepy. We could like murder him totally.
Yeah, and throw him,
Oh
and
my
no one
God.
would know that he was here even.
Don't
So
say
I'll
things like
make
that.
his observation. Let's see. Which is based in will. And then it'll be +1 from that. So ob2 for you.
Wow.
Hmm.
Great.
Doing good. Logan's doing good.
I don't know if I've succeeded on I've succeeded on my fort.
That was a really
Yeah.
lucky roll too, so that's good.
Otherwise, I failed everything.
So Alphonse, you're talking to him
Mhm.
about these disappearances and like there's no factors that you've put together. And he seems like genuinely concerned and like he wants to help. But he also seems a little bit like put off by Mia's weird staring And so he's like
Aren't we all?
looking at you and kind of like drifting off to Mia and like looking concerned. And then he'll like drift to Venus. And like as you're talking at him, he was like nodding and like discussing with you. He kind of looks at Venus and he's like, And
Do I notice him like not paying attention?
yeah.
Okay. Mia, sorry, she's recently come to the city from the forest.
What an intro.
People in towers are still kind of a new thing for her. Maybe, Venus, maybe you should go see if Isaac has food for her.
Yeah, yes, yeah. I'll leave.
Well,
And his eyes just follow you as you leave. I assume you and Mia both leave and close the door behind you. And John kind of turns to you, Alphonse, and he's like, Alphonse, is this the type of people that you associate yourself with these days?
Wizarding school is weird, but these are the only
I'm not
ones who
talking about
share.
magic.
Oh, well, these are the only ones who share my concern about the disappearances, so.
The magic
Yeah.
school cares so few people care there that you could only get these two others.
As far as I can tell, if you know any more, I'm happy to reach out to them.
I mean, this sounds like a state of emergency. And if I could only guess if the break-ins have been clean and not messy, like there's not obvious murders, people have just gone missing.
Mhm.
This sounds like a problem that the magic school should be dealing with.
I don't disagree with you.
And you said somebody has gone missing at the magic school. You don't know names?
I don't. No, I don't. I don't really. I didn't know them very well, so no, I don't. No. But I mean, if that's something that you think I should start talking to, especially more teachers, and trying to get them to help, I can start. But it didn't start at the magic school. It started in the city, and so I thought it was worth trying to find more clues or more help in the city as well. So far, you're the only one that seems even interested in talking about it.
That is a shame. I mean, the council does not know about this.
They don't know about the disappearances?
Do they?
I'm asking.
I don't know either.
Do you know who was the last guard to sit in on the last council meeting?
Oh, that was Tim, I think.
Can we get Tim, can we talk to him and ask, see if they've brought it up in the last meeting?
I think we could. I think he's around here somewhere.
Maybe we should do that, or find out who the next guard is to see if they'll bring it up at the meeting.
I can definitely do that. I mean, they haven't had a meeting in weeks, so it sounds like this wasn't even happening at the last meeting.
Out of character, what I know is weeks pretty infrequent in comparison to normal
No, it's pretty
frequencies?
standard.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
They're all busy people. Like, each of the council members, like, runs their own empire, basically. So,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
pretty, yeah, they're busy people.
Got it. Okay, seen. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth them knowing about it, or at least talking about it if they already know. My cousin Bertrand is on the council, and he knows about it now, but I don't know if it's something that he knows to bring up to the rest of them.
You told Bertrand about this.
He has flocks to look after.
And what was his take on it?
Just that he can be another set of eyes.
So, even the church is not interested in solving the problem.
I don't know if he knows what he could do. I don't know what he could do. I mean, his position is pretty tenuous in that he has to maintain some semblance of neutrality, and I'm not sure that he has all that much sway over the actual priests and priestesses in the city.
I see. Well, I will see what I can do to get somebody who is passionate about this problem on the next council meeting. And I will let you know, and we can sit down with them and discuss the next steps from here.
Is there any way that you can be the next person to go to the council meeting?
I may be able to. I'll have to
I think
see
that would, I think that would be worthwhile. I mean, I understand that it's been a long-standing tradition for a guard to be selected randomly, but it might be good to have some consistency on the city council.
Why don't you make a persuasion check?
Okay. Oh my god, this is going to be terrible because I don't have persuasion.
We'll make
Okay.
it ob 2.
Whew. Okay. Since he's okay. Oh, duh. Here we go. 0 mod, 0 Artha. Do I have an Artha?
You have a persona if you want to spend it.
And that's after the fact, right?
That's before.
That's before. Yeah, I think I want to spend it.
Okay.
Okay. So that I would say 1 Artha, right?
Yep.
Okay, Ob 2.
Yep. Wait. You got two
You have
sixes.
2 6s.
So if you spend a fate, you can reroll both of those 6s. and see
Go
if they're successes.
crazy.
Okay, so I do RD6.
2d6.
Yep.
/R
/R
2d6.
2d6.
Okay. You're marking these down as I use them, right?
Yep.
Cool. I'm just going to burn through all of my resources.
That's
But...
okay. Oh my goodness!
Hey! Good job, Alphonse.
What the heck?
Don't be jelly.
Okay. I had to spend so much for that, Logan.
I spent the same amount and still failed.
Life sucks.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, wouldn't you say it'd be good for some consistency on the council, especially from someone who seems to be more in tune with the citizens of the city?
Alpha, you have a point. I think it's about time that the city guard had some initiative in all of this instead of just idly standing by. Wow. Who knows who is taking our people and nobody seems to care about it.
I appreciate the dedication you show.
And to you as well. Thank you for bringing this to me. I'll definitely take this to my supervisors and we'll see what we can't do about getting somebody decent on the city council this month.
Thank you. I would love to stay involved. I mean, like I said, I can talk to more of the faculty and staff. It's just these are definitely these 3. I know we're a ragtag team, but we're at least interested in getting to the bottom of this.
I think in the city guard you should have a good ally. I would, Alphonse,
I appreciate it.
I caution you about your friend.
Which one?
Not the girl.
Yes. I was off sometimes. Is it just a hunch?
He has some reputation with some of the other city guard. Unless maybe ask him about his family.
Okay. I can do that. Thank you.
God.
Everything is going terrible for Venus right now.
And this is in character and out of character, making a note of that. Sorry, John. You see, it's not that I forget things if I don't write them down. It's that if I write them down, I definitely remember them. So.
I heard stories about you when you were a page, Alphonse.
From whom?
I mean, I am good friends with Isaac.
Isaac's a good man. I'm appreciative that he has another good friend.
We take care of each other here, so
Awesome.
that's good.
Well, I think our business is complete, and I can leave you to speaking with your superiors.
That sounds fantastic.
Commanding officers, rather.
And I will definitely do so, and I'll send a raven or whatever.
Thank
A
you.
vision.
I tell him about where like my workshop is. And,
Yeah. That's good. He's like, I'll notify you as soon as I get any more information.
thank you, and I shall depart.
Alphonse made a friend.
The dice giveth today.
And they say, take
And you
it away
take it
from
away.
Venus.
That's fine. Last time it was the opposite. Logan, you're muted.
Meanwhile, I think we're downstairs and I just insult Isaac's food in front of him on accident and take Mia to get some real food.
No, I need Isaac. There's one thing I want to try and do.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Okay. So, Mia, chowing down, a little more cultured this time.
Pinky up while she's.
So, I think she's not exactly happy with how things are working out. Like she wants things to be moving faster.
Yeah.
And so I think in a moment of just brain clarity, I was kind of playing up the forgetfulness last session while Isaac and Alphonse were talking.
Uh-huh.
But she remembers that Isaac did know of one person who disappeared.
Uh-huh.
And so she's going to ask Isaac, she's going to say, Isaac, I really appreciate the food. It's always amazing. Don't listen to anything Venus says. Yesterday, you mentioned to Alphonse that you knew of someone who had disappeared nearby.
Oh, yeah, Jenny down the street.
Jenny.
Jenny down the street.
Jenny down the street.
That's her title. She's always just down the street.
I can't remember what we named her, but it was close to Jenny, so that's what we're going with.
Close enough. I don't remember either. She's Jenny now. I'm gonna write it down. Jenny, would you be able to take me there, or maybe direct me to their house?
Oh, yeah.
I think there's something I might be able to do.
He kind of points out the window. He's like, "It's four houses down. You'll take a left, then it'll be the second house on the right."
Okay, she doing the mental math in her head to double check.
Does she know left and right?
Yes, she knows left and right.
Could she count 4?
Barely.
Alphonse will happily help you with counting and or geometry.
Okay. She thanks him again, and I think I don't think. Oh, I can't decide if she wants to wait for Alphonse or not.
No.
Or
I mean,
she is going to bring.
Sorry. To be fair, the rest of the conversation he had up in the tower wouldn't have been that long.
I guess. Okay, so she'll wait for both of them. Or she'll wait for Alphonse. She's already with Venus. She's not letting you leave, by the way, if you try to run away.
Is she occupied with eating?
Yeah, I mean, she's munching, but she's, watching.
Venus is just commenting on each of the food items that you eat.
She's, nods and kind of like looks at you, but is not. She's like darting between you and the door, like wherever the tower is, to look for Alphonse.
Aw, that's so nice. I mean, yeah, I show up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and once you get, once you're finished and you come down, she doesn't. I guess she's like, kind of hold that thought, like you don't need to debrief us quite just yet, if you were
Mhm.
even inclined to. But she's like, I think we should visit Jenny and Isaac mentioned, who just might as well get a look since we're so close. Does that sound agreeable?
Oh, where she disappeared from? Sure.
Yeah, her house.
Well, you said Jenny. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I hadn't planned on it, but yeah, we can. Yeah, that's fine.
Venus. She's already
willing
like
to go down
walking
the
away
street.
though.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, Venus, come on.
I don't take orders from Chipmunk Girl.
Well, that's up to you.
I follow anyway, but I'm not happy about it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so you're heading to
so-
Jenny's house?
Yeah, do you just get there and
Yep.
knock on the door?
You knock on the door, like a younger man, like in his early 30s, answers the door. He's like, hello, what can I do for you?
Hello, we're here from the Mages Academy, and we are so sorry about what happened to Jenny, but we're trying to see if there's a way we can find her. And I would really appreciate if you could show us her room or any of her personal artifacts, any of her personal belongings.
You're investigating her disappearance.
Yes, it just seemed odd, and we are acting on the behalf of a concerned party. I say such just stupid stuff that she would not say.
That's okay.
But I can't help it.
General gist. He, at the mention of Jenny, he kind of like starts tearing up, and he's like, if you're in goodwill investigating her disappearance, any help is welcome. And he kind of gestures you into the house, and shows you around, like he shows you their bedroom, and they have a couple of kids like running around, so he just kind of gives you a tour of the whole place. And he's like,
Yeah.
well, this is where she slept, and like this is her like chest, and all of her clothes are still in there, and like everything's been untouched. He hasn't messed with it.
Okay. So, I'm gonna use my touch of ages.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna try. So I want to, so I double check with this gentleman, and I say, so you last you saw her, she was in her bed sleeping, or she was going to bed?
Yeah. And
Okay.
then I woke up and she was gone.
Yeah, nods. I think she goes over to wherever the bed is, kind of kneels, says a little prayer again to Hecate, and then sort of focuses, lays her hands on the table or on the bed, and she's going to try and perceive what happened in this room through the bed. And so the way Touch of Ages works, it's a perception
I have
test.
it pulled up here.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to do recent events that left no physical mark, because that's what it seems. So that's an OB5 test.
Yep.
And I'm going to use a persona.
So much Artha spending today.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Some important stuff going on.
Base obstacle is 5. Oh, dang it.
Oh, shoot.
I was hoping I had 6s because then I would have faded it.
Yeah.
You should have done astrology.
I can't link into skills.
Yeah.
Perception, or...
But it's a trait,
Mm.
which makes it weird.
Well, it's a perception test, which is stats, and you can't use skills into stats.
Oh, yeah.
You know so much more about this game than me.
I have too much time on my hands.
You have a 1.
Can I re-roll ones with fate?
No.
You can make 6s open-ended.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dang it. Okay. I was gonna try, but I will accept my failure.
So I think what happens? So
She touches the wooden bed.
No, you touch the bed. And like your vision flashes, and you see like a long rotted away woman like standing in a room just like moaning, and then it flashes away again. And I need you to make a Fort Ob2 test.
Fort. Okay. No Artha at the moment. Base obstacle 2.
Wow, you guys are
Wow.
There's my
killing it.
6s. I could have used those. All right.
So you touch this bed and you just get that like one flash. And then like the lack of sleep and the dream and this vision, like it all collides on top of you and you just feel exhausted.
Yeah, I think she's still shaken from it. Like, she's still kind of, like, startles, like, whips her hands away, jumps up, and kind of, and then just, like, crumples kind of to the floor a bit, and, like, holds her head and kind of, like, rocks, and starts singing to herself again, I think, to soothe. Yeah, I think she's going to be a little comatose for a while.
Do you want? We've never made a steel test, but do you want to do a steel test just for the fun?
I would love to do
Yes.
a steel
Oh
test.
boy.
Let's see. So how does steel work? Let me find it.
I have no idea. I don't know that one.
I think you just click the roll steel button.
Get in.
Steel.
I don't know what the difficulties for that are.
Steel and brief. That sounds good. Oh, so hesitation is 10 minus will, and then you test steel against hesitation.
10 minus will. I think my will's 4. It's my hesitation 6.
Yep. So steel
Oh,
ob
jeez.
6.
It's an ob 6 steel.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fail. Oh shoot! I need to be keeping track of. Sheaf.
But it's just like the consequences, the difference between your steel and hesitation is just like how long your reaction is for.
Okay. Well, do you want me to roll still?
Yeah.
Modifier 0. Artha, none. Used up that persona. Base obstacle you said was 6?
Yeah.
Oof.
2. So for 4 rounds, which I don't think is like strictly defined as a time period, but like 4 actions of Alphonse and Venus, Mia just, I assume that that your options are stand and drool, fall prone, beg for mercy. Oh, fall prone and beg for mercy, swoon, or run screaming. So I assume she just falls prone.
I guess she's kind of swooned,
Okay.
more or less.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, she fell prone, but I don't like the beg for mercy doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yep. So Mia just comes out of this in like a state of shock. And you like it's very obvious that she has seen something traumatic.
I'm going to try to soothe her and be like, I guess you're just like, you fell down, so I'll just like come up and like consciously not touch you, like your skin or whatever, because you have that weird thing. But I'll like pat your hair gingerly because I don't want to like stab myself on anything.
You're so good at soothing.
I am. I'm actually very good at it. And it's like, I'll just like sing a song that I heard you singing last time you were
Aw.
set back to you.
Okay, I accept that. That's pretty cute.
Alphonse.
Really bad. Do you have singing?
I have soothing platitudes. That's it.
Alphonse, is there anything you want to do in this reaction time?
I would love to try to think up what is my magical school? I didn't even write it down. I would love to think up some kind of like a magical feel better.
Do an arcane action and push her.
But I was gonna say I don't.
Just throw me against the wall real quick.
I'll give you something to be sorry about.
Stand up. So no, I'll just kind of stand by there and wait until she's ready to say anything.
Cool. So
She doesn't strike me as like the let's talk about our emotions or how we feel kind
Yeah.
of person.
So Mia collapses to the ground, and Venus kind of rushes to her side to try to comfort her. And I think we'll end today's session on like the scene of Alphonse standing there like trying to figure out what to do, and then Venus trying to get Mia back to like being in this world again, and not
Sounds
in her
good.
own head. But good session, guys.
Woo!
Yee.
Was it? Everything failed.
Everything was great.
I did okay. Alphonse did okay. I would have really, really liked to have passed that frickin' Touch of Ages. Or,
That would have been
Yes,
really
but-
cool.
I gave you a little bit.
yeah, I do
Yeah.
appreciate that. That was something. So what? It was a decaying woman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's death magic afoot. I can tell. I don't know if Mia can tell, but I can tell.
Yeah. I think we did some good stuff today. I'm excited.
Okay, so we gotta go through all of our bits.
Yeah. Let's give you some Artha.
Did I spend a
Yeah, I
fate?
think I have one too many fate right now. Because I used one on my spell roll.
Yeah. I don't think Mia spent any fate though.
I guess Mia didn't spend any fate. I was waiting for 6s and I didn't get any 6s.
Yeah.
On the important rolls.
You got 6s on the list.
That was something, I guess. All right.
I think that I made progress, at least from my perspective, in convincing Ezra he is mistaken because I tried to cast a spell on him even though it failed. Do I have to succeed in order to get a fate?
No?
Oh, great.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't think I've finished a single belief yet.
I feel like Shine. I don't know what trait Mia was trying to pull off with the stare, but it sent the story in a new direction.
Oh, did it? That was her. I don't know. That was just her being weird. A little crazy,
Troubled.
maybe disturbed.
Disturbed, yeah.
It was her being. I was really tempted to make her like intimidate him somehow with magic, but it didn't really come up.
For
Or just-
Mia, I think your first belief. I mean,
Do you think I've made with August?
I
was
think
the
you
only
might
thing.
have completed it with August because you showed so
Okay.
much trust in him, like showing him that whole vision.
Uh huh.
I think that's significant enough for that if you want it to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing I was thinking was maybe August.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for it if everyone else thinks that works.
What is
Yeah,
it? What is the
absolutely.
belief?
The belief is I need to find help for my visions.
Mm,
And so we're saying August is that help.
great. I feel like I finished one because I determined that Alphonse is not useful because he cannot talk about the headmistress.
How do you know that?
Because
You're kidding.
when we were up there, he was listing off people, and they're like, "Oh, did someone go missing at the school?" And then he like super dodged the question.
If that's your only metric, I don't want to be useful to you.
I mean, yeah, it's my goal.
Okay.
But I also
Well,
I
think Alphonse has more use to Venus than just that because he has Mia for that. I don't.
If Logan thinks he's done with that belief, I say let him.
Okay, maybe make progress towards it because I now know that he can't,
Yeah.
but I haven't determined if.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Oh my goodness, have I even done a thing this session?
So I need to give.
You were
Nothing.
evasive. You would get
I
a.
was evasive. Sure. Playing, that's not a trait though. Or, I mean, that's on instinct. That's just a trait.
So
Yeah,
sh-
but you had a. What is it? It's like earning Artha a trait sends the story in a new direction. I don't know.
It kind of did. I would maybe argue that being, is it practical to want someone I just met on the council? Or is that conniving?
That's conniving.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to pick up that trait sometime soon.
I feel like it could be
Oh, you don't
practical.
have it?
No, if I had it, I would be getting points for this all the time.
What I think is practical is when you convinced him that like making it not a random lottery was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just true in all cases. Like, how is that a good system?
It's non-bias.
That's great. It's also non-useful.
I think that Venus being dangerous and John recognizing that.
I don't think he recognized you being dangerous.
Well, he was like, watch out for this one. Like, why don't you ask him who his family is?
I don't know.
It's less dangerous and more just like conception though.
Conception.
Or not
Okay.
conception, perception.
Yeah. Or just like, hey, you're friends with someone who frequents brothels.
Right.
He was rude. I don't know if
Yeah,
I like
rude.
this John guy.
You stared at him the entire time.
I don't like
whatever.
John either.
If he
I
can't
think
handle the pressure, he should get out of the pressure cooker.
I would argue that I used forced smile a couple of times to a decent effect. I don't know if sending them downstairs was forced smile, but it was definitely save face.
I did give you one for
And
practical, and I think you can only get one for one of your
Thank you.
traits.
For like embodiment
Gotcha.
of the traits, yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Did
I don't know, Mia.
did Mia
have
get
you
one
found...
for Touch of Ages?
Yeah, she should.
Nice.
Uh,
Mia, are you seeing the value to having some order in life, such as knowing where your next meal is coming from?
No.
Rude. Fine.
Have you actually even done anything meaningful to try and teach me that? I think you casually told me you could eat at the school instead of from your
That's true. It's
blessed
true.
friend Isaac.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah,
You gotta work
Cool.
harder than that.
I do. I have to work harder on my character than that. Otherwise, I feel like I worked in session.
I feel like Sean has never spent any Artha.
I
It's just
have.
building up over there.
I spent
It
a
really is
persona.
building
I
up.
just haven't spent any fate because it keep getting 6s on the wrong
Yeah.
stuff.
That's true.
I did.
But I will be master of the fate.
I did give you one for your first belief.
Yeah, persona for that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'll make a new one
Yep.
for that. And fate for Touch of Ages, the
Yep,
Touch
I
of
gave you
Ages
that.
thing. Okay.
Were there any instincts that you guys had?
Mm,
Mm,
Tangentially related.
yeah.
oh, should I get a
Nothing that sent the story in a new direction or made life more difficult.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't unless you count. No, never mind. Nah. Okay. Yeah, I think Mia's pretty
Mia's
good.
singing was close.
It was close,
It was
but I was
close.
kind of in a dream already, and she kind of knew nothing terrible could really happen to her.
Unless the person in the dream is also psychic and they also know.
That would be terrible,
Yeah.
but maybe. I don't think she has enough knowledge to be able to, like, she didn't, the whole thing with the August and sharing the dreams was like totally new, so
Yeah.
she doesn't have enough info.
Yeah.
What, Logan?
What if... No, never mind.
Out
hate
with it. You can't just do that.
You can let him.
What is it? It says like earning Artha. It's like going beyond the bounds of the character. Was singing her comforting song to her, going beyond Venus's bounds.
Mold Breaker is like, for Mold Breaker, right? You have to have a belief and then make it like, decide
Yes,
that belief is no longer worth,
Right.
like completely
Mm.
flip.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
like
what
there
Mold
has to be
Breaker
something
is.
big at stake.
Yeah.
What about misunderstood?
You're just trying to win back all that art that you spent.
Yeah, because I need it, because I can't roll for crap.
Okay, well, did you already get one for...
Yeah, I got 2.
What did you get one for?
My 2 beliefs.
Yeah, he hasn't had one for trait though.
I thought you got just one automatically for, we said, for just playing to your traits.
Yes.
Which... do we think that happened? Logan, do you think that happened?
Maybe I mentioned
Absolutely.
lavish taste.
You did.
I am dangerous because I'm trying to destroy Ezra's life.
Is that one of your traits?
Dangerous? Yeah.
Yes.
Also hard-hearted.
Oh, and yet
Which you
so
did not
soft,
play.
singing me a song. Yeah, you're not doing great with the hard-hearted, but that's fine.
No, hard-hearted. It's like I've heard every excuse. Like that's what it is.
It's not
Oh, you don't
cold-hearted,
accept-
it's hard-hearted.
Yeah, it's not cold-hearted. it's
Oh, you
hard-hearted.
don't accept
Yeah.
excuses. Okay, I see.
Did the guy recognize me because I am a catamite?
Probably.
Scandal.
I was gonna say maybe a trait for sending the story in a new direction because like you're doubling down on your lies. Or gosh, that's an instinct.
That's an instinct.
But
I
you
haven't
made
done-
life difficult for yourself because you tried to cast a spell on Ezra.
It hasn't
Well,
made my life difficult, though.
We know it doesn't work yet.
I'm
But-
expecting that to come up next session, so that's
Okay. You might just have to be a little low for this coming one.
Yeah, Logan, I don't feel any sympathy for you because you're at
more than
5
you.
and I'm at 4. So, like, I'm not gonna try digging in the weeds here for you.
Oh,
I mean,
4?
I'll take one for playing to my traits. I feel like I did that.
I mean, sure, but didn't you already get something for a trait?
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about you.
Okay.
I think, especially since we've decided that one of my beliefs is a cannot work, so.
Just switch it out and
that's
then
fine.
it'll work.
Oh, I will. I should have switched it out mid-session, but that'll be later.
You can't do
It's
that.
okay. There'll be plenty of more
Well-
chances to solve them.
Oh, yeah. At least I know my Artha was spent well this
Yeah.
session.
You rolled really well today.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, I think that covers most of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Logan.
I mean, it's fine. I still have more than Alphonse.
I think you got 2.
Yeah.
So you're fine. Mia's just rolling in it somehow.
Yeah.
I haven't had anything to spend it on.
That's true.
I need to cast more spells is what I need to do, but
Yeah. I tried that
My-
this session and it didn't work out. Don't do it.
my spells are a little easier to cast.
Mm.
So but they're not always very useful in the middle of a city. Don't want to just transform into a frog randomly.
Just transform into a dragon.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, let me whip that up. That like ob 20 test. Can do that with my eyes closed.
Easy.
Just do it carefully.
Oh yeah, so carefully.
Infinitely carefully.
Pretty much.
Be a dragon someday. Alright, anything else, guys?
Nope.
I think that's good.
Cool. We will be back in 2 weeks, which will be the 24th of April. Same place, back to the 6 p.m. time, hopefully. What was that reaction from John?
That reaction is thinking about how I'll have a final do the time after next.
Oh, well.
It's fine. Everything's fine. My life is on fire. But
That's your problem,
Hey,
not
same.
ours.
it's
So,
a good problem.
yeah.
But then I'll
So
be done.
keep that away from the game.
But nothing that's going to interfere like it did this time. So
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, this worked out fine, I think. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
yeah, I appreciate everyone's flexibility.
No, it's
but-
all good. It would help too if Discord didn't like poop out on us.
Yeah,
for,
that was
for
terrible.
a second there.
At least we were good after that. I don't know what happened.
But yeah, I think
All
we're
right.
good.
Cool. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll continue from here. Should be fun. See you all then.
Bye.
Bye.